Hello. I was trying to figure out why my camera wasn't working, and then I realized what the issue was. It's the lens. Anyway, how are you guys doing? I was just working on some stuff for the game, and my wife was like, "I'm bored at work," and I was like, "I can fix that. I can fix that real good. I can be here, but also there, and then I can come and pick you up before you have to go." Anyway, so yeah, we're just gonna stream some stuff. I'm gonna do a little bit of like 3D stuff until I get bored, and then I'll switch to Noida or Deadlock or something. I don't know. Didn't have the usual setup that everyone has come to realize, that I go and like I play some Deadlock, get my coffee intake going. Needs about 30 minutes to an hour for it to hit my system, and then after that, bang, we're on it. So here's what I've realized about the game. It needs to have an ending and a beginning. I don't know why I started at the ending. Usually you start at the beginning. Anyway, I was writing the beginning just now, and I feel like I'm almost done with that. The ending I need to write as well. After that, I just need to put things in the middle, right? So you have the beginning, which is like a train platform or whatever, and then you have the ending that just happens. You don't have to like there's all the middle bit, right? But the middle bit can be as much middle bit as you want on a train, because trains are modular. So if I want another event to happen, I just add another car on. Do real trains work like that? Sort of. There's a limit on how many you can put on there, but I get to do what I want because I'm a video game developer. So I can have individual scenes set up in Godot, and then I can just put them in the game. So once there's enough content, we just go with that. Or if I feel like I've taken too long to get what I've got going out. So if I just make the ending and the beginning and the train cars, then we're great. Did you find your gun? I know where my gun is. Still considering timed events. I kind of am. I think I should do it more along the lines of like the way that Zelda does it, like Majora's Mask, where it's just like they're going to be here at different times. And I can split the cars up into, you know, upper and lower sections, right? What is this? MasterCard has not evaluated any game or required restrictions of any activity on game creator websites and platforms, contrary to media reports and allegations, except for the fact that everyone is like, why would Steam and itch both go like, yeah, we feel like not making money anymore, so we're gonna make up a lie about MasterCard? Our payment network follows a standard basis of rule of law. Put simply, we allow all lawful purchases on our network. Well, I mean, like, I don't like incest porn or any of that shit, but it's legal, you know? So, no. At the same time, requiring merchants to have appropriate controls to ensure that MasterCard cannot be used for unlawful purchases, including illegal adult content. Well, they don't do that. So, like, you can't buy illegal adult content on Steam. If they do, they try and, yeah, can they put them back on sale? Neat dog, thank you. I did it as part of an art trade. I'm trading that for a thing. Yeah, what if I want to purchase legal porn? I don't know. I mean, it seems like that's where they're at right now. That was a statement from MasterCard. Yeah, so itch is in the process of putting games back, and they put all the free ones back because, like, you can't buy free things. So they're putting back all the free porn games. Just not the ones that you have to pay for, because, like, there is no reason to censor the free ones, because, like, what do you get? Why censor that? We need an incest stream. No. No, we don't. We don't need that ever, actually. All right, let me find something that we can listen to that is not okay, I see. Okay. Don't want to do the, let's do the Noida soundtrack. Oh, not Secrets. I don't want that. OST. Get a little bit of acid rock. They said Steam. Yes. Oh, I see. Still weird. Not what I thought you said. We need incest Steam. As in a declaration to the website or the provider Steam. I got it. So I think I've done a pretty okay job of making this. Let me show you what I did while you guys were gone. I added the roof, and it kind of curves down here. I feel like you need to make it match up a little bit better, but it's like curved, and I think that looks okay. I didn't put a whole bunch of curves in it because I was just like, I don't want to really go too far. Should probably switch screen region so you can actually see. Anyway, I did this. Okay, so anyway. Oh, whoa, don't do that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I put in a roof. And the roof can just be raised like the song. Also, you need room for luggage racks though. Sure. This train is long, or this car is longer than it ought to be. I was gonna do it where the amount of time that it takes for me to go from that doorway to over there is about 20 seconds. It's 18, but whatever, let's call it 20. So for every 3 cars that you have to run down, I've increased the game's length by 1 minute. So I was like, what if I just add enough cars that it's literally impossible for you to finish the game in 2 hours because it takes too long to run there. And then I realized that's running, like holding down W, which is bad. We can add some like, random cars like this to make it seem more normal. But let's not do that because I realize how shit that actually is. So we need to add the overhead storage. We need to make the chairs actually good rather than shit. Like they're just blocked in for now. Like literally I just put some blocks down and made them chair shaped. They don't have the right anything. I noticed that there's a lot of information on trains on the internet. Like you look up, if you look up any specific train on let's change this to roof. Add a loop section that loops you back to the beginning. It's just asinine. I was gonna say like you have to go all the way down and then tells you to go all the way back. So it's 1 hour to get down and 1 hour to get back. I'm like, that's stupid. So instead, I think we don't do it that way. All right, let's edit just a bit. Train heads are incredibly passionate. I'm aware, yes. You know what I found out? The Wikipedia article on trains has so much information about any given train, right? I'm sorry, can we zoom out? Thank you. There we go, that node. Trains are cool. But what I've noticed is that you can get the exact dimensions for a train. Like, it tells you the slope of the seats in the train. Like, who needs to know the information, that the train's seats slope at this exact angle? Like, who the fuck wrote that? But you know what information they don't have? How many cars there are? Is there a reason we're not moving? Oh, it's got snappy movement on. Don't do that. Amount of cars depends on the engine. Sure, of course. But I'm just like trying to figure out what the distribution of like how many like coach cars do you have to luxury cars? And from what I guess, based on the number of passengers, it's about 3 to 1. You have 3 or so coach, and then like 1 like first class section. There is a fixed number of carts based on like physics of the engine and such, which is like 15. Give or take for like the Amtrak ones. Rev never played Rail Tycoon and it shows. Okay, fine. I didn't grow up with that one. Does anyone else have ghost followers on Blue Sky? What does that mean? Abby's here. Hello. 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 Yeah. I just tried checking and it says I have 0 followers. Hello. Abby's here. Hi, Abby. All right, let's raise the roof just a bit. Is there a gap here? Okay, I need to bring it down just ever so slightly. Or I could just bring this up. Yeah, I could bring these up instead. That might be the better way of doing it. Okay, yeah. I'm glad Abby came in to tell us that stuff. It was really important. What stories does she have to tell? I mean, I guess just... Rah. She was sleeping on the top of the steps. Like, literally right on the edge. Like, a little bit of her, like... back fat was rolling off down the stairs. Not a lot. She's not that chunky, but, like... Abby. You need to stay... You shouldn't be that close to the edge. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. Okay, there is good. I guess she likes living on the edge. She does. She's a wild child. Okay. There we go. Good. And then we can expand the, like, we can move the roof in order to make it other things. I don't know if the vertices fighting is going to be an issue. I don't think so. All right, so we need to remake the seat, but let's just check and see what it looks like inside. Have you considered making a mood board? You know, I'm thinking kind of like old school. Like, I think I want it to be like gilded with a little bit of like Z fighting on the Orient Express. Yeah. Yeah, I think a little bit old school and less modern, but we can have some more modern looking cars, because why not? I've been on a train before. I was an actual child at the time. All right. I think we get rid of the roof for just now so we don't have to fight it. Is the monster still in there? So I think that we're going to use a different monster. And when trying to come up with the monster, I was like, I was talking to my wife about it. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And she was like, give the people what they want. I'm like, you're right. So what if we just make it, I mean, like, officially this is supposed to be a dating sim, right? The horror bit was just because I needed to do the analog horror video as well, and I just figured that would be a good release video. But why not both? You know, like, why not I just lean more into the dating sim thing, and then there doesn't have to be specific monster. I don't have to rig a monster. All right, so like, this is gonna be like the passenger section. This is like the you just sit here area of the train. Passenger car train. Rad, can I see the inside of any of these? Do you have any monster dating sims in mind? I was just thinking of like I said, we do like a Majora's Mask thing with time. When you're talking to someone, time stops. And as time progresses, certain characters come and go. Yeah, add interior. Like, I like these. And like, this one has chandeliers for some fucking reason. That's awesome. Again. You need to find a train head for him. Is chandeliers on a train just a thing? Oh man, we're gonna have to do either wood or a hideous carpet. Do we do like the hideous looking carpet or the wood? Jesus Christ, look at that carpet. I mean, the carpet looks fancier than the wood, right? Okay, so I think I just do that with a shader or whatever, so that should be fine. Or not a shader, a material. Pullmans were fucking wild back in the day. Okay, so I mean, those are just regular ass chairs. Those aren't even like that's so specific. Do we do this where there's like a divider between each one? I think you could scale back. Gotta add more shades of gray for the shaders, for the details. Yeah, these are like first class, coach. Okay, I was gonna say it looks a little fancy. Is this like not then? I mean, these chairs look kind of shit. Why don't we model one of these chairs real quick? That more looks like a third-class modern. I mean, I'd sit on that. No, I'm good. I just want to look at chairs. Fucking... Why would I... Free with trial. Yeah, no, it's free with my eyes. Alright. Cool. This is a more normal-looking train. Yeah, okay, so same kind of vibe where, you know, we got the slope roof, we got these guys. It looks like they've got some, like, filigree or something on the roof, but I don't know how much I really need to pay attention to that. Probably not too much. But these chairs, where they face forward and backward. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's make a chair. And then we can get rid of those chairs. Alright, so... Add mesh cube. Also, I did an array for the windows. I don't know if that was the right way of doing it, but it's what I did. And the Z fighting is because the windows, I mean, you can see it here, I think. But you see where the array stops. And then I just have it clip into a wall there. And then yada yada, it'll look fine, I think. Hopefully you don't notice it. There's a lot of windows, though. Well, there's one for every seat. Okay. We could cut down on the number of windows. I could do, like, you know, something else. We'll figure that out once we do the seats. Let's do the seats. All right, let's look at that seat again. So it's got like, is that a communal armrest? No, there's one for each side. Okay. Yeah, it's way too long. Like, on purpose, though. Okay. Let's make the cushion, I guess, first. All right, and then let's skinny it this way. And I think I could probably just copy this guy once I, like, finish him. And it looks like the edges are beveled. So I want to say in edit mode, we might be able to do that. Yeah, literally bevel. You got some news. What you got for me? Nintendo's got gall. What'd they do? Switch 1 price hike? Bruh. Seat, not sweat. $100 Joy-Con 2 set? Man. If you ever think that you're, like, asking too much of other people, just, you know, act more like Nintendo. You're entitled to this shit. Funkin' Trans. Hell yeah, trans. Thank you for the 14 months of support. I know you meant to say trains, but still. When have consoles ever had a price hike? You know, it's a sign that Nintendo's doing well. I guess I should probably use the seats I've already got to kind of like roughly estimate how big they need to be, because they're like the right size right now. Okay, they need to be shrunk in just a little. Whip. A hike on the old model. Can you imagine if they put out the PS5 and then they're like, PS4s are now $100 more? It's like, why? I didn't make all the emotes from that one pack global, so I'm stuck with one part of the hand heart. That's great. Well, no, you just do the mirror thing. Can't you mirror emotes, or is that just my emotes you can mirror? It's janky, but it'd work. You can be half gay. Oh, so just do this. I mean, like, listen, if I do this to gay people, I think they're gonna be like, he's an idiot, but I appreciate him. I think that everyone's like, yeah. When Yoel was talking with Frank, I confused him with you. Like fat nuts? Yeah, we should probably do the scale first, then the beveling. All right, let's just Control Z until the beveling is gone. Okay, there we go. All right. We move that right on back over here. Get it the right size, then we... Scythe Lord Frank? Oh, okay. I don't know that guy. Fat Nuts, I think, is still on hiatus since his balls are so big that they you know, went up into his asshole. And, became, like, one. Like, his balls slipped in and he can't get them out. I mean, yeah, it's bad. He'll go. How do you get them in? Well, I mean, they just kind of slipped into that bussy. Like they should. Just they're not built to do that, you know? So now that they're in, they're stuck. It's one slippery bus. Okay, so that can be the cushion. Looks weird when it's like wide like that. Should it be two separate cushions? It probably should be two separate cushions. I mean, that adds an extra polygon, but I think that we can survive. The other thing I noticed is that we could just put a giant sphere around the player and... Oh, apply the scale, right. Actually, hold on. All right, so how wide is this? Control A. Okay, hit Control A. We're good. All right, so what is the current scale of chair? I believe it's been applied because when I do it now, it doesn't do anything. Okay, so the Y... Wait, that's the scale? Wait, why is it... Why are you going over there? Okay, so half of 2.25. You need to click one of the options on the list. All right, so what if it's like 1.15? Now we gotta go figure out what the fuck it went. All right, cool. Now we go back into edit mode. bevel the seat just a little. All right. Control A just to do all the thing. And then cap C, V. And then we move it using object mode. How do I get the origin back to where it was? Because that's weird and I don't want that. Well, it's like one seat for each person, like one cushion. Right click, set origin. Probably not in edit mode. Set origin to geometry. Whatever, either way. All right, copy and paste. We make a second one. We put it like basically touching, but a little bit away. So that way there can be that crack that like shit gets stuck in. Peak design. Just glued them together? I will in just a second. Is that gap like a... Oh, I thought you were going to make like a different reference. And I'm like... JD, if that's you, just say it is and I can ban you. I know that crack is looking real fucking sexy, but it's not a couch. It's technically a seat. You mean the British gap? Yeah, no, I was making a different joke. All right, so how far back can these seats lean if we're trying to fuck over the pores? Not very far. Again, another awkward gap that you can stick your dick in. All right, Control J, and then Control C, Control V. What the fuck? Oh, outtake. Wait. All right, so that's a 180. I don't know why it was measured the way it was, but... I feel like we could really squeeze some more space in here. Like, look at how much room that we're giving up. We're not that kind. How accurate do I want this to be? I want train fans to not be overly upset at how bad my train is. Like, anyone who understands trains should be like, okay, he tried, but like, he's not a train fan. You know? I think that's the level I want to get. You know? Because I'm not going to please them, because I'm not going to make this accurate to a specific model or anything. Just the vibes have to be authentic. Authentic doesn't mean correct. Last time I was searching for real-life measurements, I was looking for, like, I just needed something that was, like, vaguely right. By having the vaguely right of that stuff, I was able to get something right. I do have trained nerds to bully me in chat, so that's good. I think this is better to do as a boolean, isn't it? Like I could, or not a boolean, an array. I could array this as a thing and just have the array be a 180-degree flip. I think that's right. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Also, you know how this is supposed to be in my week where I'm not like streaming? Those back cushions should be 1 unit, you think? I was thinking that as well, but I'm like, that's gonna be weird, isn't it? We have to make a new box. Yeah, that looks better. I might be able to just do this. No, this is worse. Let's just make a new box. It's fine. I was gonna like try and edit it into the right shape, and I'm like, why am I making this hard? Don't do that. Fuck that. No reason to do that. Oh, you mean like that? Let's keep it divided because I already have that set up. That way these can all get replaced if someone like shits on them or something. All right. So now I want to add another box. Who are you? Seed. Okay. No, they won't replace the cushions, but they can. Which just makes it even more infuriating that you have to sit in that dark spot on that chair, you know? Never said they would, but they could. Okay, I think that the armrest needs to be about that high. Like I said, I could get the exact measurements, but also, like, I don't think I care. All right, extrude region up a bit, and then we bevel it. The tiniest little bevel you ever did see. Okay, so we got that. And then I think I need to do like loop cuts. I think that looks right. Let me look at the reference again. Oh no, it's just a solid piece here. It's like an A-shaped piece. Okay. I'm not really a big Vinny fan, but Yoel said he'd really stick to the brand name because it's too late to rebrand. It is not! The fuck is he saying, man? Man, he just doesn't want to give up the old Vine Shroom. I didn't want to either, but like, we respect Vinny in this house, and like, we do that shit because it, you know, Vinny wanted us to have some separation so he could be him and we could be us. He still calls us, yeah, I know he does. I don't know, he just still wants to hang out and be, he doesn't get stuff sometimes. He doesn't get that, like, Vinny wants space. Vinny wants space, he can have space. I have no issue with that. Oh man, I lost that train picture you sent. Vinny just wants to like be himself without having to worry about it. He's the last holdout, yeah. No, we explained it to him. He was in the call with all of us. The one that you were like, Jiggle sent a really good picture. This one? Yeah, that one, thank you. All right, so it comes in a bit, and then it comes back out. So not as much as this. From here, it goes back out. Now, I could make it smoothly do it, like with a series of steps, but that would take a whole bunch of processing power, and who gives a shit? So we're just gonna make it one fella movement down to here, and then I don't know how tall these chairs need to be. Yeah, I mean, that's really what it is Vinny deserves his own fucking identity that, like, it was his childhood nickname. Just let the man exist. So torso high? Like hip high, you mean? Surely not torso. Yeah, there's no need for drama on this. I found old Rev streams via live stream? That exists? Oh my god, that is some old school shit, dude. Oh man. Someone hosted them, but I haven't watched. I mean, someone offered to like send me the files back in the day, but there were so many, and I was like, it might have the penis stream, the legendary penis stream. God, I was not a good streamer back in the day. I have built couch. There was one stream where I was doing a bit. Hello? There's one stream where I was doing a bit where I was like talking to people on Omegle, and I was like pretending to draw people, but I wasn't drawing people. I would just be like, hey, can I draw you? And then I'd show them a weird picture. But this one guy, obviously it being Omegle, was just jerking off instead, so I just sort of yelled at him. It's one of the few times that Vinny had to call me to the side, and he was like, hey, Rev, there's been a few complaints. Can you, how's VTuber Omegle? I haven't tried it yet. I should, though. It was one of my first streams. It wasn't my first stream. I did that concept for several streams, but it wasn't my first stream where I yelled at a penis. But yeah, I yelled at the guy for jerking off because I was like, what if there are kids here or whatever? And then, yeah, Vinny came to me and he was like, hey, Rev. Chat told me you were yelling at some dude's penis for like 30 minutes to an hour or what. I don't know how long it was off the top of my head, but anyway, he was like, can you not do that again? I'm like, yeah, that legit. Is the base even something that can be seen? Yeah, because of the cracks in it. I mean, his penis did seem to be listening, because oh no, he just kept cranking it. I think he had just finished, and so he was like, you know, or maybe he was just starting, but it wasn't impressive, let me just say that. So yeah, Vinny was very in his right to be like, Rev, don't do that again. Unimpressive penis. I have no idea what angle this is. How's the train making? I don't know. What do you think? Is this good? Enough of a headboard so you can like kind of get your fingers stuck in there. Looks more like a couch than a... Yeah, it kind of has couch vibes, not gonna lie. It does. Surely there's a way to create relations between edges, e.g. parallel. Yeah, it needs some more gum. Do they have the headboard in the picture? That's a great question. No. Okay, cool. They're connected. Don't worry about it. My post about my wife. Did you guys see that post about my wife's cookies? They're very good. I ate another one today. Oop. I got a text. It's wife text. Okay, sounds good. Good. They're really good, dude. Like, that post-breach containment. Because I was getting, like... There's a random, like, old man who commented on it. Like, got very, like, classic old man picture energy, where it's like he's got this huge beard, and the camera angle is like... And he's like, sometimes we have to do these things for our wife to encourage them, you know. It's our duty as husbands to eat the cookie that they provide for us. And I'm like, yeah. And I thought one guy was being rude. He's like, did it surprise you when you didn't get the reaction out of this? And I'm like, you want to fucking go? Yeah, he's being old man about it. He's joking. He doesn't mean that in a bad way. The second guy also didn't mean it in a bad way because he was like, you didn't have an allergic reaction. At first, I thought he was like dissing my wife, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. But it turns out he wasn't, so, you know, we throw the rock to the side. Like, my wife wanted me to show you guys and tell you guys about Cookie. So I will. Because she went through the hard work of doing it. Can I ask you guys a question? It's less of a question, more of a statement. You know how there's like Dairy and Tsundere, all that? Am I yandere? I mean, there's some similarities. How obsessed are you with your wife? Very. Love wife. Yeah, this looks shit. What do you guys think? Looking good? Are these too nice? They might be too nice. I'm gonna put them in coach regardless. Okay, it clips into the floor a bit, but that looks about right. Okay, cool. Oh, I shouldn't have probably combined these. I just realized. Because there's got to be the ones on the ends. Is there a snap to floor? I think there's like a snap to grid or something. Center of increment. Okay, real quick, let's get it like the right height and all that jazz again. Okay. I mean, perfect, right? Oh, that looks a little weird. Oh, I bet you the windows aren't lined up right. Maybe I should move everything else except for the seat. Okay, now everything's on an actual snap, and then it's still off, which leads me to believe that the windows aren't set up right. Okay, yeah. Actually, we need to line it up with that one there. Okay. I mean, you get this pleasant view of a fucking wall here. And the rest of the cabin. Okay. Generate array. $1.55? One, maybe? $1.525? That looks good. Cool. Perfect. Turns out we didn't need this, but I thought we did. And I was thinking I could have the light just be on, based on the knowledge that we got about pathing nodes and such from the rail shooter that I was working on, we could have that apply to the, like, sun and have it shift. But no, because then... No, that sucks. That sucks to code, too. I should have it in set places, I think. Yeah, I think that's the way. I was gonna have like a time mechanic, right? So generally speaking, I want to have it where it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 different chunks of the day, and you have like the morning time, afternoon, late afternoon, night. And have it so that way characters are only available in like maybe this and this in certain areas or whatever. So if you want to like go talk to them and date them, you go there, but they're like, well, if you want, you know, if you're talking to them in the morning, you're like, hey, I go on break for like in the early afternoon if you want to come by and visit me in my cabin. And then like, so they're not there at work, but if you had that dialogue, you knew that to go there. I could tweak the world environment to change the sun position. It's really easy to do. I was gonna put it on a rail and have it so that way, like, so this is like the train, right? It's like front on view. Okay, it's a barn ass looking thing. All right, so you got this going, and like you could literally have above this an invisible rail, like so, and then put a node on that rail that's the sun, and then the sun just aims at, I don't know, here or something. I think maybe a better way is, alternatively, instead of the rail, I could just have like morning, late, or early, afternoon, night. Yeah, the environmental sun can be on a rail. It's like a thing. You can choose which angle it points at stuff with. So I could literally just have it, and like, I think having it in 4 separate locations might be better. That sounds nice. All right, let's put the roof back on. Yeah, and the world environment node. Okay, I feel a little short. Aside from being short, I think this is right. Whoops, what the fuck? I got rid of the floor instead of the roof. Okay. Height seems to be the issue, yeah. So seat we can get rid of. And then seat 1, we get rid of the array and we fix it. I also realized I can make the player character like taller, like pretty easily, or shorter. But right now they're set to 0.8 tall. So oh, that feels a lot more economy. Like, look at how shit those back seats are now. Okay, I'm kind of feeling it. They're still a bit tall. Let's make them come down just a bit more. Okay, that might be too short. Yeah, I think this is right. This is better. A person's torso tall? That's more like up to here, I think, right? Or is that like closer to here? I mean, it's almost eye level. So I guess it's this tall. So it needs to go down by like this much. Yeah. And then if you sit in the seat, I might want to shrink the seat this way as well. Yeah. Let's do that just a bit. kind of make it look right again. What if instead of shrinking it, we do like a universal shrink on it? Is there a way to... What is it? Control A? It's not Control A. Maybe it is in edit mode. Shrink and press the... Shrink and press the XYZ key. Well, I want to do all of them like at the same time, but they all have different measurements on how big they are. Okay, so if it needs to be this short, let's figure out how short that is in comparison. Oh, it doesn't even show what I've done to... Okay, so we just gotta guess, then I don't really get how this program works. I'm stupid. To do all at once, just press S. Okay, no. It needs to be a little shorter than that as well. No, literally just this. Oh, I'm pressing A instead of S. Okay. Okay. Just a little bit more. That feels chest height, yeah? Come on, my lady. Come, my lady. You're my butterfly, sugar, baby. I forgot about that song, Jesus Christ. What a fucking... Oh, but I've also been shrinking it. Where's the movement thing? Like, the node for movement is gone. Origin to geometry, yeah. Subgoat? Not much. Not much. Why is it... Where'd the fucking thing go? Maybe I just restart. I can't find where the little move tool went. Okay, the move tool is just gone. Active tool? Tweak. Select box. Move. I think you turned off gizmos. Any idea what button I did that with? Why would you do this? Why would I do this? Half a curve with the arrow on top. This? There we are. Thank you. Clipping into the floor a bit is fine. Okay. And we get it close to the wall. Okay, a little bit away from the wall, so that way there's room for you to drop shit. Alright, let's see what this feels like. Imagine I'm sitting, so I'd be a little bit lower. I think that looks right. What do you guys think? That's about the right height? So... okay, now we can do the array. But the distance is going to be different. Which one is this? That's the X. Okay. All right. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, okay. Wait, no. They share a window, right? Yeah, you get one window between the two. So, like, they're off. I think my seats are, like, too deep. Because there's not enough room for you to sit there. Like, if I put it at 1... I think, is it because the seats are too big or the window's too big? Is the gap between the windows too small? Which way have I done this wrong? Yeah, okay. It's that they're too wide. Okay, I'll shrink it down then. All right, so then... nice thing about the array feature is if I feel like it's wrong, I don't have to do as much work. Oh, that looks uncomfortable. Yeah, let's fucking go. 1.35. Okay, now you're sharing knee room with the person across from you. Okay, I know we're going for a thing, but is this like too close? Perfect third class. All right. Uh-oh, something happened. Why does it get off count? Or off of the distance between the mirror or windows? Maybe it can be like 1.4. $1.3? Yeah, they're slowly starting to be placed them manually. I'm going for a train. This is like 3rd class. I mean, I can just manually do them like this, but it's a little annoying. We can join these all afterwards. I need to get like something to stop all these scam calls. I've gotten, I don't know how many since I started stream. I want to say like 5 or 6, and I've only been live for like an hour. I think it's because I was picking up scam calls, so I should probably stop doing that. I also have been rejecting them so I can keep using my phone. I'll be in the middle of something or be playing shit on my phone. Like Monster Train, which is a banger one. Yeah, they do that too. They're just checking to see if you're alive, Soki. I would recommend not doing as I do because it's a bad idea, it turns out. I might have to change my phone number. I'd really rather not. I've had this one for quite a while. Like, I just got the number memorized again. I mean, luckily I didn't have any friends in Texas, so, you know, it was pretty easy to just go, oh, it's a call from Texas, that's a scam. Because any of the people I do know from Texas already have my information, and I already have them in my, like, if I want to talk to them, they're in my address book, and I've memorized my parents' phone numbers, so, you know. Because I've moved and I'm not looking for a job in Texas anymore, I don't have to worry about that. I might just like... Nah, I was gonna say I could say I just finished the game by the end of the month. That might be a little bit ambitious to say that. But as long as I get the beginning and ending done, anything else is just the content. And I just put the content between the beginning and the end, and then I did it. I made a game. Yeah, I mean, like, I'll listen to the voicemails if they're over 0.2 seconds long. God, this looks uncomfortable as shit. Let's go. All right. Deselect the floor for a minute. Top down view. Join. Join. Group. Is it not Control J? That's horrifying, Ego. It could have also been like a divorce situation or something. Oh, why is this wall solid? Something's gone wrong. All right, later, smoke that Frodo. Are you gonna fit any characters in there? I think there should be half as many seats. I mean, sprites are thin, yeah. I was thinking about having, you know how in like, I think it was more of like a 90s, 2000s anime thing, where they were like, background characters were just like formless shifting blobs of person. I could do something like that. All right, well, maybe just set up an array of let's not worry about the walls. Let's make the seats right, then we can make the walls match that. Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense, right? I think it needs to be more lighthearted. I don't think chat wants like a legitimate horror experience from me. They want to try and fuck the monsters, man. Okay. So how about this? Yeah, but this won't be the cool one. All right, let's just do seats until the end of the thing. This can be like the third class, like, quiet car or whatever. 17 of them. Scary and horny don't have to be mutually exclusive. Forgive me, chat. I'm still learning. All right. I have to remake the wall. I need to remake the wall in a better way. How do I even begin to do that? What if I move the wall to here? .99. Yeah, it's because the window isn't big enough. I guess I shouldn't complain. I feel like I'm doing this in a stupid way. Like, what's the better way of constructing this window? Let me go get some water real quick. Make one set of seats that fit and walls that fit, then array. Okay, yeah. We just array them together, I guess. They have like clubs and shit like that, man. Listen, everyone in chat has heard of women. Chat likes women. Women pretty. Women cute. But they may not know how to, like, find woman. Talk to woman. You know? You knew a woman once? How'd that work out? They can be, but the thing is that women are more scared of you than you are of them. You know, just keep that in mind. All right, I'm gonna get some water. I mean, I'm not allergic, but I'll stick them in. I'll be right back. I forgot to put on an ad, didn't I? I could have been making money while I was pissing. Oh man, dude, there's new Warhammer lore. I tweeted about it, but I'm gonna talk about it because it's a thing to talk about. It's really good in my opinion, but everyone fucking hates it. And I don't know why. I think it's because they're dumb. People are getting so mad, and it's not even like because like custodes are women or whatever, like the last time that Warhammer fans got mad at the lore, right? Okay, so here's the lore. I'm gonna pause this because I need all of my brain power to work on game, and also, okay, It's good as hell. Okay, so Grey Knights, right? A secret chapter of Space Marines whose entire thing is if demons show up, who are you gonna call? The Grey Knights. And then you go, thank you, and then they put a fucking bullet through your head because you saw that shit. Right? Like, if you see demons, we kill you. Because demons are a viral outbreak that once you know about them, it's going to cause problems for everybody. And we can't be having that, so you're going to have to fucking die. So anyway, Grey Knights have had this thing called the Terminus Decree, right? We haven't known what it was for years, right? This is just only so Grey Knights themselves are secret. They're like, but on top of that, they have grandmasters. They're like monks, right? And of them, only one of them is allowed to know of the existence of the Terminus Decree. And the Terminus Decree is a box, and in that box that's the Terminus Decree. It says something, and they have the instructions that if the Imperium is ever in threat of completely being wiped out, you open the box and read the instructions inside, and that is your one job. It's not clear if this was set up by Malkador the Sigillite, aka the Emperor's boyfriend, or the Emperor himself, but one of the two set this up. Or maybe someone was fucking with it, like a Zinch situation, right? It was revealed in a small info box randomly in the new, like, Grey Knights Codex what the Terminus Decree is. And the Terminus Decree is if the Emperor ever gets out of his chair, whether he resurrects, whether he just gets better, or he turns into a chaos god, kill him. Kill him and put him back on the fucking chair. Which is a little bit difficult because there are custodes there. But also, there's Sisters of Silence. Sisters of Silence are like, on a scale of wizard versus not wizard, like, you've got normal people, wizard, and then nulls or blanks, right? So there are people that literally are so not psychically involved with stuff that, like, they give off a creepy vibe and you can't cast spells on them. They just don't take them, right? And people are like, so what happens when, like, the Tyranids show up on, like, Terra and they're about to, like, destroy it, and they're like, okay, we gotta open the Terminus Decree, and it says, kick the Emperor's ass. And it's like, the fuck? That doesn't help. Chaos shows up at the doorstep. They're about to, like, enter the throne room or whatever. What do? Open up the Terminus Decree, kick the Emperor's ass. I guess we're with them, guys. Let's go. So a lot of people are having problems with that. But I think that it's a bad set of orders. And I think what the idea is they didn't think that there was any way that that would ever happen. But the one way that they think, whoever wrote this, thinks that things are going to go bad is if the Emperor comes back and he's a chaos god. Because both the Lion and Gilliman have talked to the Emperor. I'm getting out of work at 2:30. Okay. I need to finish this thought and then I need to get out the door so I can go pick up wife. I love you too, honey. I was going to ask who wrote it. We don't know. As far as I'm aware. It could have been the Changeling, who's just like this trickster guy who goes around and switch outs. No, you're good, honey. I love you so much. Do not even fret. Chat, tell my wife not to fret. Love, wife. I think that the only reason that they think that this would ever go bad for the Imperium, or at least whoever was writing this, was thinking the only possible way this goes bad is if the Emperor turns into a Chaos God. Otherwise, things will be fine. Because here's the deal. If the Emperor gets back up, they haven't read it. Here's the idea. Okay, so here's my argument for it. If, and the reason I pointed out the Sisters of Silence, the Nulls, is because they're also guarding the Emperor, which is going to make it very hard for the Wizard chapter to get in there and fuck up the Emperor, because the anti-wizards are there, right? I think that whoever wrote this was under the understanding that if it gets to this point, the Emperor, like, the only way it could happen is if the Emperor went rogue and went evil. And it seems like he is evil now, if he ever was not evil, you know? So, like, I think that they just didn't account for the chance that something bad would happen. Like, other than the Emperor getting back. So there's no reason to read it unless the Emperor actually does come back. Right? If the Emperor comes back and everything's hunky-dory, don't worry about it. Don't ever read the Terminus Decree. But if the Emperor does not, like, come back and he's evil, you got that set up where it's just like kick his ass. And I would assume that the Sisters of Silence and the Custodes would die as soon as the Emperor resurrected as a result of him coming back. He has not been good. When Gilliman talked to him, note that he's like a dying corpse that's been tortured for 10,000 years and wasn't the coolest of guys beforehand. He just started screaming at him. He was like, I fucking hate you. You are my least favorite thing. You suck. Die. And Gilliman's like, man, Father, you've changed. It's like, no shit. No shit. He also said the opposite. Yeah, he's not doing great, I guess is the point, right? So, like, yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Either things are fine or they're not, and the Sisters of Silence and all that are dead. I mean, the Sisters of Silence might be better for the job, but I think the idea is there's also the theory that, like, they're literally stealing from if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device again, the plot they came up with, and they're just like, if the Emperor gets back up, send more Psychers so he can feed on their souls. The easiest way to do that is just to send the Grey Knights over. I kind of think that it's what I'm saying, though, where it's like, this is a plan for dealing with a situation that they don't think will ever happen, but if it does, it's going to be so apocalyptic that there is no other option. It is very wild that the lore is this. What's a chapter of the most powerful Psychers in the universe gonna do? I don't know, a lot, I would assume. Like, sacrifice yourself to the Emperor would be the way they would phrase that if that was the idea. I don't think that that's what it is. I think that he was just like, whoever wrote this, or again, it could just be a situation where, like, they, like, the Changeling came in and, like, switched out the box. If all the Grey Knights die, does Magnus become a good guy again? No, it doesn't work like that. It should, though. I mean, I know, but, you know. Is the correct way to do this to just have, like, one big, long... I mean, who knows? I have no idea how they do the writing for Warham. Who's more evil? I mean, GW has never hired their Pinkertons, so they do have that going for them. Woos, thank you for the raid. I was gonna wrap up very soon here, unfortunately. GW has stolen ideas from The Emperor Has a Text-to-Speech Device. They are British. There's a few other problems. Mainly around, like, you know, quality of care and, you know, customer service. I still have to give it to Wizards of the Coast. They've never threatened someone physical harm as a result of them not doing what the company wanted. They just, like, would financially ruin you, which is like normal business shit, as opposed to, like, you know, whatever the fuck. I'm sorry, what? Z 2.4. Normal, acceptable under capitalism levels of violence. Not like, you know, the kind of violence that you get. Like, it's a different level of violence. Oh, what if I did where I shrink this down until it's window height? And then I have a banner going along the bottom, and then we do the array like so. Started listening to that to figure out how that song goes so I can try and figure it out. Dame, dame. Dame go. Da 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 da. Yeah, I need to go get my wife. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Alright. This I think does work. I think I had 17 of them. Feet or psyop. Banger sentence in the stream on. You know what? Chat, I gotta go pick up my wife, but don't ever forget that feet are a psyop. See you in the next one.